Welcome home, Bitcoin truth seekers. It is finally Monday. The scourge of the weekend is over. The markets are almost open, and we're going to check out the crypto market before things get rolling today. I think when the market's open, we'll see a bit of a shift. Maybe I'll come back on and look at that. Um, we'll see how the crypto market reacts to whatever the S&P 500 does and the RUT and such like that in the Dow. I'm quite interested to see how the market opens on Monday, which is today, which is very, very soon, like in an hour, I think. So, welcome home, Bitcoin truth seekers. But for now, before the market's open, let's check things out. As always, sorry about that. As always, check out bitcoindailyview.com. Got more for you there. Check out Hempase. There's a sale right now. You'll like it. There's a cool video I did here. This is a interview with the creators. And as always, blockchain education, best place to be a member of if you're going to be a crypto trader, whether you are or you always have been or you're planning on it. Great place to start, great place to be. And as always, Trade Genius for both crypto signals and good crypto stuff, good crypto community in trading together. And also they do traditional markets, and that's especially where they super shine. So looking at the market today, I haven't even looked at Coin 360 in a while because it's just been red, but now we got green. I have not seen this in a while. Have you? We got green. This is a green crypto market represented in squares. Very few things in the red right now, except for like Theta, which has been pumping so hard. It's about time it cooled off. So a couple things in the red, but we got some deep green too. ADA, Cardano up 5%, XRP up 15%, Shiba Inu, all you SHIB haters suffer. It's up 23%. This is wonderful. Doge up 6%, back in the game. So a wonderful green day in the market. And finally, this is working. Almost there. Bitcoin and is at 42,821. Very, very good spot. We're above that $42,000 psychological level. Let's see if we break 43K today. Every K is a psychological level. When you break it, good possibility of holding it. Now, with that said, looking at the 24-hour price movement for the top 100 cryptos, very few, if any, in the red. So we're looking good in general. Hopefully, your portfolio is on the way up. This is beautiful. Usually, I've had to go through recently and be like, okay, who's really in the green today? But right now, don't have to. It's very, very easy to see. You can see it over here at a Coin 360 easier than over at live Bitcoin charts. SHIB rocking, Matic rocking, ADA and XRP. So maybe we'll look at SHIB. Maybe we'll check out XRP and Doge too. So we'll keep rocking here. Finally, Bitcoin trade volume is working again. I'm not sure why the site was down. I was devastated without it. It's a good sign. So reload this thing. Bitcoin trading volume, and this is like the no bullshit Bitcoin trading volume. This is like it gets rid of wash trading and such like that. And so basically, this represents for retail trading. You're not going to see the whale OTCs and things like this here, but basically, we're looking at 2.9 billion. If you round it up, 3 billion even. Very, very early on a Monday morning before the market has opened. Definitely Sunday was definitely low volume. So Binance 1.6 billion of that, and Coinbase coming in at 628 million. Wonderful day. So we're in the right spot. You want to get over 3 billion. Basically 3 billion means the market means like the Bitcoin nodes are running and such like that. 3 billion is not much. That's kind of like the baseline. But if you can get above that, that's where gains start to be made. So we're having a good, strong Bitcoin right now. Volume is low. Be watchful. Watch for this to get above 3 billion and hold that today. It very, very well may be looking at the velocity the market has right now. Looking at this once again over at cryptometer.com, actually it's cryptometer.io, you can see our total volume is 3.3 billion. It shows, which is cool. A little bit of variance, but that's fine. It's up 1.7%, 1.75 basically. That's 24 hours. I believe this thing is looking at. Market buy orders up 2.9% and market sell orders down 5.88. So we're opening up bullish on Monday. Crypto Lock does point out, oh shit. Basically, what he's talking about is, and we'll verify this. I do believe the daily chart on Bitcoin has just crossed the 50 moving average, and that's actually bullish AF for real. Now, looking at trading volume, okay, on spot trading volume on Binance and Coinbase, where the most volume is, we're at 16 billion last 24 hours. For for trading pairs on Binance. That's up 34% last 24 hours. You can see the 7-day graph taking off right here. Now, issue is you want to see at least 30 billion really for a good day. 50 billion is really rocking. So right now we're still incredibly low volume. We were over the weekend, but we're seeing a real burst right now. Let's see what happens. If we can start seeing like 25 billion, 30 billion, especially 30 billion is a nice mark. That's going to be great for the day. We got a very well performing market, but what kind of concerns me is I'm not seeing, the volume I'd expect to back it up. Let's see how that rolls throughout the day. Derivatives, you want to see 75 billion for a good day. 50 billion will get you by. We're at 51 billion, up 34% last 24 hours. That's just wonderful. Checking out spot once again for Coinbase. If you're above 3 billion, it's a good day. We're at 3.3 billion. I like that, up 50%. Looking at all the big exchanges, they are rocking, especially Binance.us, up 72%. That's really interesting. I like that. If you know Binance, you know that US users can't. Well, you're not supposed to. You're naughty if you do. Use Binance.com, but you can use Binance.us. So that's quite a volume spike there. I guess people are buying. Crypto.com up 28%. It's a big move for it. 2.5 billion in volume. That is rocking. The Crypto.com card is definitely worth checking out. Links in the description. I have it. I love it. I use it. Even though Gate.io is at 54% up in volume, up looking at 1.3, 1.4 if you round it up volume. KuCoin, great exchange. A lot of people are using KuCoin right now because Binance became a no-no and they don't want to use Binance.us. KuCoin has a lot of good pairs on it. Definitely comparable to Binance if you're no longer using Binance. You're a US user. As 2.3 billion, up 43%. These are great numbers for all these exchanges. I like what I'm seeing. So volume is there. It's just not quite as there as we'd like there to be yet. Get what I'm saying? Cool. Looking at the big exchanges here, you got Bitfinex, Binance, Coinbase, Bybit, FTX, etc. All the big players. We're looking at longs. We're looking at basically buys and sells. This morning, it's actually pretty cool. Bitcoin's moving up gingerly this morning. We're seeing an increase in volume. I'm really not seeing a big whale battle, and I will have to admit this is a bit of an intuitive feel that I get when I look at this. I look at this thing all the time, so I kind of have a feel for it. If you're constantly measuring something and you have that history, then you know what now means. So basically, I'm not seeing, I know these are 10-second candles. I'm kind of seeing a smooth morning right now. Bulls and the bears are not really after each other and or coordinating pumps and dumps. So it's a smooth, gradual move this morning. This Monday seems like a rather non-turbulent flight for the bulls and the bears duking it out. So with that said, let's keep rolling. That can change any second. I'm also not seeing any profound amount of wrecked longs versus shorts, leveraged trades. So I'm not seeing huge wrecks. So that's kind of cool. This is blue sky right now. We're cruising, beautiful 757, Boeing cruising above the clouds. It's just a gorgeous, there's no turbulence, and it's just wonderful. So it's good flight right now. No turbulence. Looking at one thing here that kind of catches my eye. I want to refresh this one more time. This is odd, so go with this here. Binance, longs versus shorts. This is where the volume is, 44% long, 55% short. There's a short bias on Bitcoin, on Binance for Bitcoin. Be aware of that. That's deep stuff. So beware. The traders there are usually pretty high caliber. They know what they're doing. And I would just say that if you got a short bias right now with such a bullish morning, just be watchful because we don't have the volume I'd really like to see to support this pump. So I'm overall bullish. I think we're definitely in a bull market. I think we're on the way up. I think we got all systems go. All things are good to go. We're moving upwards. It's wonderful. But just watch out because everything up and down is a sawtooth pattern, And so we might be looking for a little bit of a boof, a little bit of a dump as we continue up. It could be a wick, it could be a dump, who knows. But if Bitcoin loses a few percent, just be watchful. It does appear that there's people who are betting on that where the greatest volume is. So beware. Looking at Ethereum longs versus shorts, 54% long, 45% short. Ethereum's definitely had a stronger chart than Bitcoin recently, I think. So Looking at Bitcoin versus gold. This is a crazy chart. I'm gonna start doing this one again. I just think it has some interesting value. It's a daily chart. Okay, Bitcoin versus gold. How many gold ounces to buy a Bitcoin? It is 23 ounces of gold, right? That would be at like so many thousand. I guess so. Yeah. So 23 ounces of gold to buy a Bitcoin right now. I could be wrong. If I am, I'll figure it out later. But basically, this is interesting. It's been dumping hard. Gold's beginning to find some traction here in the market recently. And as you can see, we're above the 20 WMA, or challenging the 50 moving average. Interesting. Gold's actually beginning to have a little bit of sparkiness. So let's do something really quick. We're going to get to Bitcoin. Do not worry. We're going to rock through this. We're going to make this quick. I know we all have things to do, but let's do two things here. Let's look at gold. Gold. Bam. Okay. And let's split this chart here. Actually, yeah, let's just split it. So we got gold up top. And you can see, and let's go down here and let's put a silver. Bam. Sorry for all the delay here. I try to get this together before I start, but um, my computer crashed. So anyway, gold on the daily. This is wonderful. We're above the 200 and the moving average, above the 50 moving average. Right now, we're challenging the 20 WMA. This is wonderful. Gold's actually getting some traction, making a move, and that's why you can see it kind of performing. Here again, Bitcoin versus gold. So this is kind of nice. I like doing this. Also, look at silver. Right now, as you can see, it continues to move up rather powerfully. I'm not seeing all my little moving averages here for some reason. There they are. All right, so looking at that, silver has been getting a butt hammering recently, but it managed to hold sideways a little bit. Now it's crossing that 50 moving average and challenging the 20 WMA. Still well below the 200 moving average of the white one. So in general, silver took a beating, gold took a beating too. They're both recovering. That's a nice thing to see, and it's nice to see. As far as a Bitcoin gold trade, that's starting to look a little bit better. I know when the market is volatile, many do go to PAX-G versus gold. So that actually might be an even better thing here. If I was to do PAX uh, PAX-G versus BTC, you can do that on Binance or KuCoin. I'd say a gold-backed stable coin. And I actually was I thought that's why I went to this, because I thought I was getting a little bit I was saying that wrong, so sorry. That's one of the hazards of live streaming. As Bitcoin is pumping, it's gaining against gold. So basically, Bitcoin versus gold, you could say right now, is breaking below the 50 moving average and is below the 20 WMA. And we'll see if it can even hold that 200 moving average. This is a daily chart. So right now, definitely, we were, gold was a nice place to be for a while when Bitcoin was weak, but right now, well, that ain't how it's going. So there you go. Now, Bitcoin versus USDT here on the 45-minute chart for immediate price action. Oh, you know what? And if we're going to look at this real quick, let's do it like this. Let's go on the daily chart. Something like about this Bitcoin versus USDT on the daily chart. We're above the 20 WMA. That's a nice thing. We are challenging and getting above that 50 moving average, the green one. That's very, very positive. We are full on bullish when we get above that 200 moving average, which is around 49,000. But right now, just getting above that 50 moving average, which we're crossing right now, is very, very powerful. That's a good thing. Daily MACD is a very, very powerful indicator for Bitcoin. Definitely shows its attitude, its mood. And right now we can see that it is very, very, very positive. For immediate price action to kind of see which way the daily is probably going, you can look at the 2-hour MACD. And 2-hour MACD right now is indecisive and actually negative. So watch out. We've been pumping hard, and it might be time for that pump too. As we're seeing by the volume and the sentiment of long versus short on Binance, maybe we're going to see a bit of a retrace before we continue up. Not saying we have to, just saying that, in my trading methodology and things that I look at, I wouldn't hop in this trade yet. It's a little too hot for me as far as Bitcoin versus USDT or USDC or USD. Anyway, but we can see basically directional indexes in the green. ADX is around like 35. That's amazing. Squeeze indicators showing positivity. Binary candles are looking great. KRI is amazing. Stochastic RSI shows you're in a sweet spot. and which an oscillator by Lazy Bear shows still room to move up. So really, this is an incredible push. And we kind of pumped, and as you can see here, over the weekend we just kind of hung out sideways, and now we're beginning to see some upwards velocity as this market, as the week gets rolling along. We're still below the top of the RSI cave here. We're not too far from this red moving average here, the 8 moving average. In general, all is kind of nice. We're well above the 2 moving average. Had this beautiful break above it right here, as you can see, and bam, and we've been going ever since. So really, Bitcoin versus the USDT on the 45-minute chart is looking really, really wonderful. I would just warn, we're just watch out for a BART pattern. Boom, BART kind of shaped like that, you know, and like there he is, and just be watchful. That could happen, or we could see a move down, a powerful move down, that then bounces off the 200 or ranges between the 200 and 314 a little while, and then continues up. Just saying, watch out. We've been pushing hard, and we don't have a lot of volume to support this this powerful price action, in my opinion, in the market. Does not mean that it has to retrace, but just be wary. All right, looking at the Ethereum versus USDT on the 45-minute chart, is basically doing exactly the same thing Bitcoin is doing, almost exactly. Although it's actually losing some velocity. Its ADX is kind of going down rather abruptly there. It's probably below. Yeah, it's at 18. You want to see at least above 20. And the directional index is still green. Get a little bit of a perk this morning. Squeeze indicators cooling off. Binary candles are cooling off. I'm a bit indecisive with the stochastic RSI, but it does show we definitely are still in the play zone. So anyway, wage and oscillator is kind of off in space. So with that said, we're entering a Monday. Great looking market. Just watch out. I'm going to not be too aggressive with any trading until I kind of get a better feel for what the market wants to do this week. This is a SHIB versus USDT. You can see it pump with Bitcoin recently, hit the top of its RSI cave. Now it's sideways, going sideways. Definitely, its indicators are kind of showing that it very well may be time for this thing to cool off a little bit. Watch out if Bitcoin does not stay strong. You're going to see a BART pattern complete here. So it's all about this week. Are we going to see a continued move up or a BART pattern bounce and then move up? Just be aware, XRP versus USDT, the globalist coin. Okay. I know this one because this thing is a straight up rocket ship to Pluto, pushing top of its RSI cave, not getting too far from the moving 8 right here. I don't tend to, I myself, when I trade, breakouts, I want to kind of be accumulating right in here. As you see the little blitz blue merit badges here, which is a blockchain education indicator. It shows a break between the 200 and the 314 moving average within 2 or 3 candles. So it was collecting these blitzes. This was definitely an accumulation phase here. Really good spot. So you want to really, and then when you see this run start, here's about where you want to really be, jumping in, especially. So right now, this doesn't really look very attractive to me. But still, if you are an XRP, you definitely got some nice sweet profit going right now. If you bought it, well, within, anytime recently, if you bought it after 20th of January, you're probably in profit. So interesting stuff. I like what I'm seeing. XRP performing pretty darn well today. Looking at the crypto universe in squares once again. Let's look at Doge and ADA before we go. We're definitely seeing some stuff start to move. Doge and ADA. We'll check those out. Doge, ADA, all over the place. Sorry, it's morning for me. ADA versus USDT. Oh man, just friggin' glorious. Right on top of that RSI cave. This is actually looks to me like it still has room to move up. What I like about this guy here, and check this out. I'm not sure what I think of ADA personally. I'm not quite the ADA fan. I just think there's better stuff out there. I'm more of a Solana kind of person, but my favorite crypto is one that I'm traded into, which is making me money. And look what we're seeing right here. We're spending a nice amount of time here on the 45-minute chart. You got a high, higher high, higher high. This is beautiful. If a person wanted to be like really nutty, if you wanted to go for it, because you got to go for it, or else you don't go for it, and then somebody else walking along and they pick it up and they didn't even go for it. It's just because you didn't pick it up. You know what I mean? So go for it. Anyway, that's my special Salone from Over the Top. There you go. You got to go for it. Anyway, so as we look at this, I definitely think we're seeing a bit of an upwards channel here, and this is powerful. So ADA versus USDT, dang, that could be a good play. Just watch out for the market's volatility this morning. ADA versus BTC. Yeah, I would not trade that at all. Who else is doing good this morning? Let's look at Doge. Doge versus USDT. This thing is fine, starting to make some moves. I'm sure there's some bag holders that are really glad to see that. Doge versus USDT. Yeah, this thing is good. It's good. Like I say, you can tell a lot from the squeeze indicator, which is like right here. We're kind of like trending down for the moment, losing some velocity. Directional index is wonderful. ADX is in the right spot. KRI is good. Binary candle is good. Stochastic RSI right here shows we're right here in the party zone. Wave channel oscillator by Lazy Bear kind of concurs. So definitely we could see some upwards movement. But right now, as we open this morning, man, the market is just extended. It's kind of pushing hard, which makes me a little nervous, basically. But with that said, nothing else that I'm seeing here. Let's look at Matic. Let's do a quick look at Matic. Everyone likes Matic. Matic versus USDT on Binance. You can get it on Binance and KuCoin. I like things that are on Binance and KuCoin. Matic versus USDT 45-minute chart. Oh my God, this thing is insane. This is like a monster truck race. You might pay for the whole. You might pay for a whole seat, but you'll only need the edge. My gosh. Okay, so here we go. You can make a channel out of this. This is friggin' nuts. That's insane. And it fits too, because if you look, it's definitely, holding this channel. If you look, I mean, you got your break above the 200 moving average right here. Got the blue diamond merit badge. Wonderful. So we started this upwards movement. You can definitely start the channel before across the 200 moving average. This is very often going to see it happening. Bounce off the bottom of the RSI cave. Made a beautiful move. Top of the channel. It's kind of working with the heartbeat, the mid-range of the channel right now. Let's see which way they think this thing is going to go. What do the indicators look like? Honestly, it looks like it will probably continue moving up. So, I mean, for the intensely brave who wanted to get in on Matic, not financial advice, entertainment purposes only. I'm just saying this is what something I might do today. Is basically just probably do like a market buy order right here, and then I put a stop in right here. If it loses this channel, it's pretty much done. I would say, and even if Bitcoin gets volatile, I don't quite see it doing that. So market order, and then what did I just do? That was dumb. 1 sec, sorry. Market order, and where it's at, and then you could even do a stop like at 1.639. If it breaks the 200 moving average, then it's done. But if you wanted to be more aggressive with your stop, right below this upwards channel and the EMAs of the Madrid ribbons, that's over at bitcoindailywiew.com. You can find this indicator here. It's called Madrid ribbons. You can get right below that, and that's right around like 1.7 would be a good spot if that's where you could dump out if it's not going to move. Anyway, guys, I wanted to mention this, and someone sent this to me, and I'll credit the YouTube later. I got to find who did this. But basically, this is a great chart. It's a U.S. debt to GDP and U.S. federal debt held by the public as percent of GDP. So it makes a great case for when we had these bumps here in the federal debt. Basically, first one, Civil War, second one, World War I, and leading up to World War II, we had the same thing. Aftermath of Reaganomics, Great Recession of 2007, 2009. Now, of course, we have this spike once again. Now, the CBO, I forget who they are projecting we're going to do like this. Well, looking at history, we're probably not. We're probably going to go into a war. And what's going on right now? The Polish border, the Ukrainian border, big deal. Lots of wagging the dog right now going on. Be wary. And it's something to think about in your trading. Where do you want to be if shit gets real? So anyway, but one thing you can do about that, how do you stop that? Be a part of the peaceful revolution. For every Bitcoin Satoshi you own, you actually take the globalist power away to do this. So thanks for being part of the peaceful revolution. This stuff really does matter. I'm glad you're here. And like I say, for every Bitcoin Satoshi you own, yes, a disgusting globalist cries. So take care.